The Iran-Israel conflict traces back to the 1979 Iranian Revolution, which overthrew the pro-Western Shah and established an Islamic republic hostile to Israel. Iran's new regime cut diplomatic ties, endorsed anti-Israeli rhetoric, and supported groups like Hezbollah. Israel, perceiving Iran as an existential threat, has since engaged in covert operations and sanctions to counter Iran's nuclear ambitions and regional influence. This ideological clash set the stage for decades of proxy warfare. Iran's nuclear program, particularly its uranium enrichment activities, has been a focal point of tensions. Despite the 2015 JCPOA deal, Israel argues Iran continues to pursue weapons-grade capabilities. With facilities like Natanz and Fordow buried deep underground, Israel views a nuclear-armed Iran as an unacceptable threat, citing Iranian leaders' calls for Israel's destruction. This fear has driven Israeli sabotage campaigns and assassinations of nuclear scientists. Israel has conducted a covert campaign to delay Iran's nuclear progress, including cyber attacks like Stuxnet 2010, which destroyed centrifuges, and assassinations of scientists like Mohsen Fakhrizadeh 2020. These operations, often backed by intelligence agency Mossad, aim to disrupt without triggering full-scale war. Iran responds with cyber attacks on Israeli infrastructure and proxy strikes, creating a cycle of escalation. Iran fuels proxy wars by arming groups like Hezbollah in Lebanon and Hamas in Gaza, providing missiles and training. These groups launch attacks on Israel, diverting its military focus. For example, Hezbollah's 2006 rocket barrage prompted a devastating Israeli invasion of Lebanon. Iran leverages proxies to pressure Israel while avoiding direct blame, but Israel retaliates by bombing Iranian assets in Syria. The 2020 assassination of Mohsen Fakhrizadeh, Iran's top nuclear scientist, marked a turning point. Attributed to Israel, the daylight attack used a remote-controlled machine gun. Fakhrizadeh's death crippled Iran's nuclear research, but Tehran vowed revenge. This act eroded norms of covert warfare, pushing Iran toward direct confrontation, culminating in the 2024 missile barrage. Iran retaliated for Fakhrizadeh's killing with cyber attacks targeting Israeli water systems, hospitals, and transportation in 2021-2022. One attack flooded a chlorine plant, risking civilian poisoning. Israel's cyber defense unit, Unit 8200, thwarted most strikes, but the digital battlefield proved Iran's capability to inflict chaos without traditional warfare, raising the stakes for both nations. From 2023 to 2024, Israel intensified airstrikes on Iranian weapons depots in Syria, aiming to cut supply lines to Hezbollah. One strike leveled Iran's consulate in Damascus, killing Revolutionary Guard commanders. This unprecedented attack on diplomatic soil violated international law, provoking Iran's direct April 2024 missile strike, the first from Iranian soil to Israeli territory. In April 2024, Iran launched 300-plus drones and missiles at Israel, bypassing proxies for the first time. The attack, retaliating for Damascus, was largely intercepted by Israel's Iron Dome and allied forces. Yet the symbolism was clear: Iran could strike Israel's heartland. The barrage pushed the region to the brink of all-out war, testing global diplomacy. Israel responded days later with targeted strikes near Isfahan, avoiding nuclear sites to prevent escalation. Using stealth F-35 jets, they hit radar systems and air defenses, signaling capability without mass destruction. The restrained response reflected U.S. pressure, but tensions remained volatile, with both nations claiming deterrence. The UN brokered a ceasefire, but underlying issues persist. Iran's nuclear program advances, Israel vows preemptive strikes, and proxies remain armed. Global powers fear a wider war, especially with US-China rivalries complicating mediation. Without addressing Iran's ambitions or Israel's security fears, the cycle of conflict threatens to reignite.